Oh, yeah.
You know how's it look?
The annual council Monday, November 6th, 2023. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Crum. Here. Councilmember Olson.
Here.
Councilmember Armstrong.
Here.
Councilmember Martin.
Here.
Councilmember McDermott.
Here.
Request approval of the October 16th minutes.
Second.
Further second, the discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Before we go into new business, just quickly want to congratulate the Angola Marching Hornets for getting 7th place in the state this year. Great job. Cross-country team went to the state for the first time in many, many years. Maybe forever, okay. Congratulate them. And then the figure skating team took first place out of, I don't know how many schools I was hearing, but we're talking about University of Michigan, Michigan State, Wisconsin, places like that. And a whole bunch of schools, they took first place there. So things with our youth in our community is going very well. We congratulate them all.
I think it's phenomenal that Trine has a figure skating. I just think that's interesting.
Okay. Under new business, ordinance 1742-2023, additional appropriation ordinance for the city of Angola, Indiana general fund.
So. Second.
Who seconded? This isn't yours. Yeah.
23 should have been. Yeah.
That's yours. Okay. So before we vote.
Yeah, I can just really quick, what you have in front of you, I left a packet there, TC Burton. It is something that was brought onto our plate about 2.5 weeks ago. And we found out basically a week ago Friday that because of issues going on around the world, the price of that unit is going to go up or has gone up about $12,000. So it went from the 56,150 up to 68,150. Basically called the factory that is here in Indiana. It is built and produced here in Indiana solely. And they agreed to hold one of the 2 units coming off the line for us for that 56,150. So that's why it came to council tonight. I did not budget for this. This is something that just hit the market. So that is the whole reason for the appropriation.
When do you think you're going to get it if we approve it?
We have 30 days to pay for it. The mayor asked me to see how much community support I could get. Community came behind this project hugely. So it's actually sitting down there on the showroom waiting for payment.
Are you worried about getting it done, Pastor Ryan?
Well, in order to appropriate the funds, we have to have a public hearing before the appropriations.
So you can do that next time.
I think timing wise, we've worked it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
If
Yes.
we have the hearing and pass the appropriation next meeting, we can get the check cut and get the unit.
Two meetings next time.
Yeah. Anything for your safety and both of our citizens.
But it gets us something that we've never had before. We've already checked all the schools and most of the factories. We can actually get this unit into every school in MSD, down in Hamilton, Pleasant Lake. We have not went up to Fremont or Prairie Heights, but it's a completely mobile unit. We already have a trailer, so it can be taken to other communities, not just helping us. If somebody's in need, it can go.
Anybody else in the area have it?
No. This is
Even better.
brand new.
I have a question, Mayor. Chief, I understand it's bulletproof basically, so you can go down a school corridor and the shooter can shoot at you with whatever and you're bulletproof, but can you shoot back?
From the driver point, no, unless you're shooting left or right. That's what, when the doors swing out, you have the same bulletproof nature. And the company is actually their R&D department. If you're looking at that picture, there's that opening right below the doors down to the ground.
Yeah.
They're making an attachment to continue that bulletproof nature down below that area. So it's completely covered.
If you get into a school where there's an active shooter, this will get you in, but what do you do when you're in?
Okay, so when you open the doors, that gives you a 120-inch swath of when you're going down an open corridor. So everything behind you is now protected. So more officers or more personnel could be behind it. Or if fire came in to help with people within a facility that were injured, that gives us just that much of a step ahead of where we were before.
It's too bad we have to have something like this to protect not only the policemen, but also potentially save a lot of lives.
Correct.
Fireproof also?
No, sir.
Is the pressing part.
It's too bad.
It is bad.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
Ken, I think I understand the concept of this.
Yeah.
So there is a report that there is an active shooter either alleged or is in process.
Correct.
So then you haul this thing behind a vehicle? How do
Within
you
the
get it
city
there?
limits, we would not be hauling it anywhere because it's a four-wheeler, like a single-person four-wheeler that can drive, from what I understand, and watching a couple of videos, it has full access of 60+ miles an hour. So it will have lights and sirens put on it. So it'll be one of our emergency vehicles, and it would go to the scene just like we would.
And how many persons in the vehicle?
One,
One. And I heard you mention Hamilton. It would take a good 15 minutes to get there.
however you get there, that is correct.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
So Hamilton not being right within our area, it would be much easier just to put it on the trailer that we have right here and head that direction.
I'm not second guessing your thought about this being prudent by any means. I just am struggling with how the whole thing would come together.
Mhm. We struggle with the idea of a school shooting or a mass shooting every single day. We're just trying to add to our toolbox, something that can help the safety of not only ourselves, but the citizens that we are here to protect.
You could use it at a Walmart
Yes.
or anything.
Any one of our facilities, like any one of our warehouses or
Sure.
our factories. Correct.
Right.
Trying, yes.
As was mentioned to me earlier by Councilman Martin, I hate it in today's society. We have to consider this, but I hate to look back. We like to think nothing like that would ever happen here. There's no reason it wouldn't either.
I think we've had some very generous donors also. I think
Yes.
Trine University has made a very generous pledge.
Yeah, we have $49,000 pledged to us right now.
And the vehicle cost is 68?
Right now, it's $56,150.
If we would have known that we were going to get those sort of contributions, we certainly would not have had to do the additional appropriation, but we were under the gun, so we went ahead and prepared things for that. So
You're looking at the second page, Kathy. That is if the two units were sold and we couldn't have gotten the one of the two. So if you,
Oh, I see. This was an upgrade.
so one page back, it's, yeah,
this is after. This is the,
And you've got 49?
we have 49,500 that has been, I guess you could say promised or.
Right.
Yeah.
Pledge.
Pledge.
Do you have to put on lights and sirens or anything like that?
We will.
Well, there's your amount.
You've got storage for it and
Yes.
no special licensing and
No.
no.
Very impressive with private and institutional donors
Okay.
and business.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. We'll have a public meeting next time and third reading.
and third.
And third. Good job, chief.
Thanks.
Ordinance number 1743-2023, appropriation reduction ordinance for the local road and bridge matching grant fund, first reading. Second, discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Resolution number 2023-857, a resolution providing for the transfer of appropriation for the city of Angola for the general fund, or for general and parks and recreation funds, and forwarded to the common council for their action and passage pursuant to ISP 6-1.1-18.6.
Move to approve.
Second.
Move second, then discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Request approval of the Uniform Conflict of Interest Disclosure Statement for Amanda Cope.
Move to approve.
Second.
Move second, then discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Request approval of the grant agreement with the Steuben County Community Foundation totaling $20,000 to be used for fire department equipment.
Move to approve.
Second.
Move second, and a very generous grant from the foundation. We appreciate. Chief, you have thoughts on what you're putting this money in?
Well, yeah, actually, I talked to them the other day and we're currently in the middle of a project where we're putting burn chambers in. And we'll need some funding for some equipment for the burn chambers. Basically, our burn chambers they're big shipping containers. And if you've been by the old dump site, you'll see them setting down there. We had them delivered. We stacked them last week with the help of the street department. We got them stacked, and basically what we can do is we can simulate houses, like 2-story homes, so on and so forth. We have to get windows cut in them yet, and then we'll make them so they're like rooms with walls that are movable, and so we'll be able to do search and rescue in there, and hose line drags, and actual have live fires in there, so it'll smoke up the containers, and then it'll actually build some heat in there, like simulating a real fire. And the nice thing about it too, we'll be able to use it for like our high school program. So I'm not going to have to bus all these kids to Auburn to do live burns. We'll be able to do everything here in-house with our high school program too. Plus our firefighters can use it pretty much every day if they need to, but you can also just put smoke machines on the inside of those things and smoke them up so that you can do, like I said, search and rescue and all that kind of stuff. We'll be able to ladder the second story, go in the bedroom windows, simulate like a bedroom window, do vent enter search. And so all that kind of firefighter stuff we'll be able to do with those containers. So it's going to be a really good thing. So we're pretty excited about it. But so anyway, so that's my plan. That's my short answer to that question. But yeah, so that's our plan with that, is to use some of that funding for that. So
Very good.
The high school program, I want to give you kudos for because I've gotten all kinds of support for that.
yeah, it's been an amazing thing. So all the kids, we were kind of concerned about the hazmat portion because that's the toughest portion. And all 13 of them passed it, the state test. So they're done with that piece. Now they're going into, I think they're into ropes and knots right now. But my battalion chief, Eric Kaiser, has taken that program and he's just been doing phenomenal with it. And then I also have several other instructors that are helping with the program. So I think the kids are really getting into it. So we're getting ready to go out and start promoting for next year to try to keep that thing moving. But so, yeah, it's been awesome. And like I said, the kids have been learning a lot. So
Did
been
you
good.
say ropes and knots? What did you just say?
yeah, ropes and knots.
Ropes and
We're talking Boy Scouts over here.
Half inch.
It doesn't ropes and knives.
We have all kinds of hidden talents.
That's one thing I've always wanted to learn these days.
I'm not asking any more questions.
No, it's okay. Change subject. Segue, quick, segue.
Any further discussion?
Always.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Request approval of 2024 fire protection agreements with Scott Township for $7,449 and York Township $4,889.
Move to approve.
I'll second that.
Move the second and discussion.
We're gonna work on this next year.
So we said that last year. So I have
I'm
not,
looking at Doug over here.
I have not, if I were a good person, I would have compared this number to last year's number. I did not. What were last year's numbers?
It's a 5% increase.
Which.
How much, Doug, how much more does it cost to run your department? Are you only running on a 5% increase?
I'm efficient. So no, we're doing good. What do you want to know exactly?
I want to know if you think this is a fair amount,
Or,
Fire
the
protection.
coverage for these townships.
so as many of you are aware, we've been having this discussion about a fire territory, right? So, the areas that you're currently talking about, our run volume isn't as high out there, and a couple of those areas they're covered by Met's Fire Department, who actually just as of today started running their own med calls out there. So I think you'll see our runs in those particular areas decreasing a little bit. However, we do provide mutual aid out there on the fire portion. And there are times if Mets doesn't get out the door, we will be first in, but also Hamilton services some of that area. So the run volume is not super high out there, but it's hard to put a dollar value on it because you just don't know how many runs you're going to be running out there from year to year.
Right, but you've got
So-
historical runs, you've got data to look at. So are you comfortable with this number? That's my question.
I think that, am I comfortable with that? I think that I'm not comfortable where we're at with as a department as far as I would like to see us have more manpower.
Mhm.
Right? Now, how we come up with the funding for that is something that we've been discussing and trying to work on. So,
I'll be so bold to say, I think they're getting a bargain. Would you agree?
yeah.
Does that answer your question?
I already knew this. I just wanted to right?
Okay.
So let's say we turn it down. We do this year after year after year after year. 16 years we've been doing this. As far as my recollection.
More than 30.
At some point you go, no.
They do have issues with their tax funding.
And there is not.
So I've only been here like 1 year, right? So I don't know the history behind like how all these fees were negotiated or who negotiated them. So I will say that. But at the end of the day, right, if they call us, we're going to go. We do go. It's with our mutual aid agreements, which I think is vitally important. And likewise, they come and help us too.
Of course.
At no charge whenever they come into the city and help us out. And we use them quite often for that too when we have a fire within the city. So.
We turn them down, we're gonna go anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking if we're gonna do this, we should have done before we approved a couple others this year. And it ought to be number one on next year.
Like I said, we need to keep working.
So I'm not going to ask you to speak out of school, but I am going to pose the question. Are you making progress on fire territory agreements? And if you can't answer, that's fine.
Well, you can answer.
Well, so we had a meeting. I've had quite a few meetings actually, but we went out and the Pleasant Township turned down the proposal or a territory to continue negotiations this year. However, with that being said, I'm kind of stubborn, so I'm not giving up because it's something we really need to do in this community and in this county, especially in our coverage areas. So I think once we get through the election, I would like to kind of figure out a strategy and continue to move forward because we need to go in that direction up here. And I'm a stubborn guy. So, we may have lost the battle, but we haven't lost the war yet, but we really need to do that as a community.
Doug, I thought you were very well received at the Lake Association meeting. Morning, I thought that.
Yeah.
Those residents around the lake spoke very highly of the concept. I think he's made great inroads with some of the people out there. Maybe we'll keep working.
And I think probably we need to get a better understanding of 9,500 of the Pleasant Township residents live in the city limits. That they need to be thinking about too. So. Anyway.
Is there any, Dave, in your discussion with the township trustees, Scott and York, is there any Is there any sense, I mean, there's no reason for them to raise their tax levies if they can for power
That's
because,
the issue you run into.
because they don't have to,
Well.
or they can't.
They can't. Okay. They can't. You can only raise it so much.
They raise it so much.
Yeah, 5%. Yeah.
5% this year, but I think 4%.
Yeah, 4%'s their max levy, just like the cities.
But since when? Since this is the first increase since what?
No, we increase it every year.
Okay.
It'll be a
All right.
small percent, but if you take $7,500 and you had 4%, 5%, it's not a huge number. But they do, and ultimately, we need to figure out how to get around their funding limitation issue.
Sometime in the future, and I'm going out on a limb here, we were to turn down these agreements, would that put more pressure on the territory becoming a reality perhaps, or no?
I don't think anybody's ready to play that kind of hardball.
Well, I was just throwing it out there.
Yeah, like
I was
I
just
said,
throwing it out.
If you turn them down,
I like what you're thinking.
they get a call tomorrow, Doug's gonna.
Oh, exactly.
Of course. of
We know
course.
that, yeah, and that's,
But they also know that too.
But not having any
So we're playing
guaranteed
games, we're playing
protection, I
games
think
with
would.
taxes there. So we can say,
If
right,
I may, Mr. Mayor, one of there are few duties that township government has. One of the most important and main duties that they have is fire protection. So if we turn them down, it would be a very serious thing for them. It wouldn't be a casual thing. They're by law, they have to provide adequate fire coverage for their citizens. So they accomplish that by entering into agreements with Angola. And if we turn them down, then they've got a real problem and they might have to, I don't know.
you know, that was just a hypothetical.
So can I, and you said if we turn them down, then I don't know. Could you, like in a hypothetical situation, what do you think the response could be?
Well, the ones that are near Michigan maybe would cross over Michigan and try to enter into agreements with, Camden Fire Department or things like that. And that's been done before. There was a big problem with fire department coverage, I don't know, 2000 or something. And that's what happened. They would just be jerry-rigging their fire coverage.
Uh-huh.
And it wouldn't be good for them.
For them, right?
Yeah,
It
well,
would be
even
good for them.
even at Fremont, it would be a problem, a longer response.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Just take your time, keep your nose to the grindstone. Don't give up. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
Nay.
Motion carried. Reports, Ryan. Kim?
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Jennifer?
No report.
No report.
no report.
Tom? Ted?
I'm not for anything, right?
All right.
I got something. Last Friday, we were notified that the city got a grant award for community crossing, so road projects that will happen next year. So we were awarded $762,000. So that'll allow us to do over $1 million of road work in 2024.
Nice.
Great job.
Good for you.
You, Chad.
Kudos.
Get a wave going.
Good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
So good.
Again, I want to thank the different departments that have helped us out with our generator, getting it set, getting it ready, and it will go online tomorrow. We ordered it in January. It came 2 weeks ago, and it will be active tomorrow. So thanks again for the departments that have helped us get that project underway.
Diesel powered?
Diesel.
Okay. Anything else? Well, request approval of allowance of accounts payable vouchers, 65,497 through 65,809 totaling $1,187,895.54.
Second.
Moving seconded, discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried under new business. Just want to congratulate Jennifer's department with Mackenzie Bird and Chad's department for doing the work of putting up the banners for our hometown heroes out there. Hopefully you'll get a chance to drive up and down, take a look.
Awesome.
They're gonna be up for a year. Already getting calls for the next bunch.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so
I want to thank Jeff and his crew for coming out and helping with the middle school plumbing issue last Friday. Appreciated, they were on it right now, and we appreciated you coming out.
absolutely. Thank you. You'll be getting a bill.
Yeah. I won't.
Any other new business? Young ladies, you're new here. Anything particular or with the university or?
I'm from here, but we are trying students.
All right, great. And you are studying?
Criminal justice.
Yep, criminal justice and cybersecurity.
So if you would, please give your names and where you're from.
I'm Grace Teely. I'm from Indianapolis.
Okay,
I'm Hannah Martinez and I'm from Steuben County.
all right, very good. Well, we welcome you. Hope we didn't just blow your whole minds on how government is. Yeah, appreciate you being here and welcome back at any time.
Jeff, you do a report.
No, we just had to come and.
Just show up and get an agenda.
Yeah.
You have to present it to your class?
We just have to give it to our professor.
We had an assignment before this and we looked at all of your old meeting notes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did better.
I bet that was exciting.
Anybody else have anything?
We have a new report from the Herald.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Lynn Thompson. I'm actually from Williams County. Graduated from Huntington University. I've been in the Indiana National Guard for 29 years. So if you know anybody in uniform, I probably know them. But yeah, nice to be here. I like it.
All right, very
Thank you
good.
for your service and welcome.
Anything else? Boy, just full of little surprises tonight. That's good. Okay, good luck to all of you tomorrow. Good luck to all of you retired. Next meeting is adjourned. Next meeting is scheduled for Monday.